You're not just holding grudges, you're rewriting your entire identity around them. What if I told you that every grievance you carry is like wearing a disguise so convincing you've forgotten your own face? We all know the feeling. Someone dismisses us, betrays us, disappoints us, and suddenly we're carrying this weight that feels completely justified. Of course we're upset. Of course we're hurt. But here's what we miss. When we hold on to grievances, we're not just upset about something that happened. We're literally forgetting who we are and projecting that confusion onto everyone around us, leaving us feeling isolated and unsafe in a world that seems threatening. Think about it. When you're carrying resentment, doesn't everything start to feel a little more dangerous? A little more hostile? That's not a coincidence. That's the grievance rewriting your entire perception of reality. Let me tell you about Sarah. She's been replaying Tuesday's team meeting for 3 days straight. Her colleague's dismissive comment about her proposal has become a story about disrespect, office politics, and how no one values her contributions. Now she's building a case, collecting evidence of every slight, every overlooked suggestion. But watch what's happening. Sarah's not just angry at her colleague anymore. She's seeing her entire workplace, her career, even herself through this lens of being undervalued and attacked. When she walks into the office, she's already defensive. When someone doesn't immediately respond to her email, it's proof they don't respect her. When her boss schedules a meeting, her stomach tightens. What now? Here's the thing. Sarah's wearing invisible glasses. Red-tinted glasses that make everything look angry and threatening. The glasses feel so natural she's forgotten she's wearing them. And she's started believing the world actually is red. Everyone else looks dangerous because she's seeing them through the filter of her own pain. This is where it gets interesting. We think grievances are just feelings, anger, hurt, disappointment. But they're actually identity shifts. When Sarah holds on to that grievance, she's not the creative professional who loves solving problems anymore. She's the victim of office politics. She's the one who never gets heard. She's the person who has to fight for every scrap of recognition. And once that identity locks in, everything has to match it. Her mind starts filtering reality to confirm this new story. The friendly colleague who waves in the hallway, probably gossiping about her. The project that gets approved, they only did it because they had to. The compliment from her manager, empty words. The grievance has literally changed who she thinks she is. And from that new identity, the whole world reshapes itself to match. She's not seeing reality anymore. She's seeing her grievance projected onto everything. But here's what really happens when we hold grievances, and this is the part that changes everything. Underneath all that anger and hurt, there's something we've forgotten, something essential about ourselves that got buried under all the stories of who did what to whom. Sarah used to walk into that office excited about possibilities. She used to see challenges as puzzles to solve, not threats to defend against. She used to feel connected to her colleagues, part of something larger. That person, that's who she really is. But the grievance has made her forget. When you're wearing those red-tinted glasses, you can't see your own reflection clearly either. You see someone who needs to be defensive, someone who's under attack, someone who's alone in a hostile world. But take off the glasses, even for a moment. And suddenly you remember, oh right, I'm not actually under siege. I'm not actually alone. I'm not actually who this grievance says I am. Now, I'm not saying what happened to Sarah wasn't real or that her colleague's dismissal didn't sting. I'm not saying she should pretend everything's fine or excuse behavior that was hurtful. That's not what this is about. This is about recognizing that when we hold on to grievances, we're doing something to ourselves that's far more damaging than whatever originally happened. We're literally forgetting who we are and creating a world that reflects that forgetting. Think about your own red-tinted glasses. Maybe it's not a colleague. Maybe it's a family member, an ex-partner, a friend who let you down. Notice how when you think about them, your whole body changes. Your shoulders tense. Your jaw tightens. Your breath gets shallow. That's not just emotion. That's your entire system preparing for threat because the grievance has convinced you that you're unsafe. But what if, and stay with me here, what if the safety you're looking for isn't something you need to create or defend or earn? What if it's something you've always had, but the grievance is blocking you from feeling it? When Sarah finally puts down her grievance, not by pretending it didn't hurt, but by choosing not to let it define her anymore, something remarkable happens. The office doesn't suddenly become perfect. Her colleague doesn't transform into her best friend. But Sarah remembers something. She's not actually under attack. She never was. The safety she's been desperately trying to create through defense and vigilance, it was already there. It's always been there. She just couldn't feel it through the red-tinted glasses. And when those glasses come off, even for a moment, she sees something else too. Her colleagues aren't enemies, they're just people, dealing with their own pressures and fears. The workplace isn't a battlefield. It's just a place where humans try to work together, imperfectly. And Sarah herself, she's not a victim. She's a capable person who temporarily forgot her own strength. The grievance didn't protect her. It isolated her. It didn't make her stronger. It made her forget who she really is. And letting it go isn't about being weak or letting people walk all over her. It's about refusing to wear glasses that distort everything she sees, including herself. This is the choice we face with every grievance. We can hold on to it and live in the red-tinted world it creates, where we're always under threat and always alone. Or we can gently set it down and remember who we've always been underneath all that armor. The safety we seek isn't out there somewhere. It's here, waiting patiently for us to stop defending against it. When you put down your grievances, you don't just feel better about other people. You remember something essential about yourself. You remember that you're not who your hurts have told you you are. You're not as vulnerable as your defenses insist. You're not as alone as your grievances claim. You're just someone who temporarily put on glasses that made the world look dangerous. And you can take them off whenever you're ready. If this felt grounding, you're welcome to like the video and subscribe. No rush. Just a gentle way to stay connected as we continue. Let's take a moment to rest in what we've discovered. Find a comfortable position. Let your body settle. Take a breath, just one conscious breath. Let it be easy. Notice your shoulders. Are they carrying something? You don't have to do anything about it. Just notice. Feel your jaw. Is there tightness there? That's okay, just feel it. Now bring to mind, very gently, someone you've been upset with. Don't dive into the story. Just let their image float up. Notice what happens in your body when you think of them. Where does the tension live? Your chest? Your stomach? Your throat? This is the weight of the grievance. Feel how familiar it is, how normal it's become. Now, just for this moment, imagine those red-tinted glasses we talked about. Imagine you could just lift them up. Just for a second. Not throw them away. Just lift them. What if this person you're thinking of, what if they're not your enemy? What if they're just another person? Confused and defended, wearing their own colored glasses. You don't have to forgive. You don't have to fix anything. Just consider, what if you're safer than you think? Feel your breath moving, in and out. This breath doesn't know about grievances. It just knows how to sustain you. Place your hand on your heart. Feel it beating. This heart has been keeping you safe all along. Even when you felt most threatened. The safety you've been seeking. Can you feel it here? Not out there, but right here, in this moment, in this breath, in this heartbeat. You are not who your grievances say you are. You are not as vulnerable as your defenses insist. You are here. You are breathing. You are already safe. Rest in this for a moment. Let your body remember what it feels like to not be defending, to not be carrying, to just be. When you're ready, take a deeper breath. Wiggle your fingers and toes. And gently open your eyes. The glasses are optional. You can pick them up or put them down. The choice is always yours. Thank you for being here and practicing together. If you'd like, you can find a free digital ACIM resource in the description. And if you want to mark the moment, a simple comment such as, "I am grateful," is welcome. Thank you for spending this time with me today, looking at something we all carry but rarely examine. Remember, putting down grievances isn't about being perfect or never feeling hurt. It's about remembering who you are beneath all that armor. Be gentle with yourself as you practice seeing clearly again. Until next time, take care.